we are at the Myrtle Beach Speedway for the second race of Season 7 of the SCRL IROC Series. The 2 car of Richard Torres will be leading us to the green flag, and start beside him is the 1 of Jonathan Rains. Rest of the starting lineup for tonight's race. IROC has a very unusual way of doing the format on how they start. For the second race, they do the finishing order of the first race, but they invert it. So whoever finishes last at the first race starts first at the next race. As you can see, this is basically the results of the first race, just inverted. So Colin Dryberg, who won at Daytona, starting dead last. This is the first ever short track race in the entire history of the IROC series. Every race we've done has either been on a road course or a super speedway or a speedway when it comes to Texas and Atlanta. So very interesting to see how these cars handle Myrtle Beach. This half mile of a track. 2 races to go here in Season 7. We got Michigan and the season finale at Talladega. And those races will also have an inverted field. Race 3 and 4 will be the inverted format of the point standings. So whoever's last in points will start first and so forth. So that is pretty much it. Without any further ado, here are the most famous words in all of motorsports.
Drivers, start your engines.
The field is rolling off. Second race in a row. The distance will be 20 laps, and a neat little thing that is added to the cars is the drivers' names in their respective cars. So car 2, it will show Torres, which you can barely see. So I was able to go into GIMP and paint all the names on these cars just to make them more authentic. Pace car will pull in, pull the belts tight. We are racing for the very first time here in the IROC series at Myrtle Beach. And there's the green flag. We're racing. And uh-oh, we got a Jonathan Rains beat the leader to the line. You can't do that. He has to give up the lead, or he will face a penalty. I always hate it when that happens. We have a driver jump in the start. Jonathan Rains will lead the first lap, but he has to give it up. You see Bulldog 67 in second place. Battle for position, battle for third. Here comes the 9 of Al Legacy trying to pass his brother, Jack. But Jack gets around on the high side, being pushed by Brian Fox. And you see Jonathan Rains still has not yet given up the race lead. He has to, or he will be black flagged. Bulldog 67 trying to close in. So Richard Torres back to third. Jack Legacy in fourth. Brian Fox in fifth. Our Daytona race winner for Season 6. See Jonathan Rains trying to pick up, Richard Torres trying to pick up the pace. Trying to get his lead back. Jonathan Rains. Laps are winding down for him to give up the lead, or he will face a black flag. Back in the back of the pack, Leroy Jones, Draco, Kaka White Lion, Colin Dryberg, Zachary Fitzwater, Shuttle, Al Legacy, Brian Fox trying to make a move on Jack Legacy, but not enough. Single file on a short track. That's not really a good sign for this track. Bulldog 67 trying to close in with 14 laps to go, but Jonathan Rains is able to maintain the race lead off of turn number 4. We'll lead another lap. I thought for a second we had a caution, but we didn't. And we're still single file. This track choice was not my choice. It was the champion for the Whelen Euro 2 division who chose this track. So I'm not going to say nothing. 13 to go for Jonathan Rains. But remember, Jonathan Rains will be dropped back to last if he does not give up the race lead, because he did beat the race leader to the line. 12 to go. And since Jonathan Rains has never won an IROC Series race, he kind of doesn't want to give up the race lead because, you know, he went when the green flag came out. Not really battling for position, but it's basically just single file. You see Dryberg trying to pass Zachary Fitzwater. Daytona came down between these two drivers, Fitzwater and Colin Dryberg, which Dryberg won that battle for his second career IROC Series win. Nine to go for Jonathan Rains, but since he has not given up the race lead, Jonathan Rains will be black flagged. So Rains is not your race leader. Bulldog 67 will be credited for leading every single lap. So this is your race leader. Bulldog 67 has one career win to his credit here in the IROC Series. Won at Daytona in Season 3. And was the inaugural champion. Well, not the inaugural. He won his first championship in the NASCAR Legends Series for Season 2. So Bulldog is trying to return to his glory days. Still single file and no battle for position. And for those of you that are asking, we are using the 2018 version of Myrtle Beach. So, yeah. See Richard Torres trying to close in on Bulldog 67 because that's where the battle for the race lead is. But not enough. 6 laps to go for Bulldog 67. Oh, we got battle for position back here between Brian Fox and Al Lagasse. Fox is able to maintain his 5th place finish right now. See Bulldog 67 trying to close in on Jonathan Rains just to make sure he is the race leader. Be 4 laps to go this time by. Can Bulldog clear Jonathan Rains? No, he cannot, at least not yet. Single file. Jonathan Rains maintains his illegal lead over Bulldog. As we will have 2 laps to go. If a caution comes out, this race will be officially over, since we don't do green-white checkers. 2 laps to go for Jonathan Rains as we come out of turn number 4. Bulldog 67 is the official race leader. Rains jumped the start past Richard Torres before he got to the start-finish line. He's had several opportunities to give up the race lead. He has not. Off the final turn. White flag 1, lap to go for Bulldog 67. The SCRL's second ever champion. Has 1 career win at Daytona in Season 3. It's been 4 seasons since Bulldog has picked up a win. Off the final turn, he's going to break that streak. Bulldog 67 scores career win number 2 here at Myrtle Beach. And that is it for our first ever short track event here in the IROC Series. Here are your race results. Jonathan Rains will be black flagged and be positioned to last, so Bulldog 67 is our race winner. Second, Richard Torres. Third, Jack Lagasse. Fourth, Brian Fox. Fifth, Al Lagasse. Sixth, Shuttle. Seventh, Zachary Fitzwater. Eighth, Colin Dryberg. Ninth, Drago. And 10th was Kaka Whiteline. 11th, Leroy Jones. And finishing last is Jonathan Rains for jumping the start. And just to go back and make sure we see that he did, we'll go back to the start of the race. And there it is. He is a full car length ahead of Richard Torres. So, no question about it. Jonathan Rains will give up the race win and be positioned in last place. Well, that is it for our first ever short track race here in the IROC Series here at Myrtle Beach. We will take you to victory lane with the number 12 car of Bulldog 67. Here are your point standings after the second race of the season at Myrtle Beach. Bulldog 67 with the win is our new points leader. He has a 2-point lead over Colin Dryberg. Third is Leroy Jones, 8 points behind. Fourth, Draco, 9 points behind. Fifth, Brian Fox, 10 behind. Jack Legacy, 10 behind as well. Seventh, Zachary Fitzwater, 10 behind as well. Eighth, Richard Torres, 12 behind. Ninth, Shuttle, 16 points behind. 10th, Al Legacy, 17 points behind. 11th, Kaka White Lion, 18 points behind. And 12th is Jonathan Rains, who was penalized at Myrtle Beach, 25 points behind. That is your point standings at the second race of the season at Myrtle Beach. We will next see you at the third race of the season at Michigan. And until then, keep the hammer down, and we'll see you at the track.